Kpando Torkor, a crucial route linking the Volta and Eastern regions, has come to a standstill following the breakdown of the ferry station here, a crucial means of transportation across the Volta Lake. The ferry, which ceased operations months ago, has long been a lifeline for nearby communities, serving residents, traders, students and workers. Now with no functional ferry, travelers have little choice but to cross the lake using overcrowded and poorly equipped canoes, raising serious safety concerns. During ChannelOne News' visit to the Kpando Torkor site, a makeshift canoe loaded passengers bound for the Afram Plains, Agodeke, and other lake-bound communities. Most passengers were seen without life jackets, though a few were provided with them. Some travelers expressed frustration and shared their concerns with ChannelOne News, emphasizing the urgent need to repair the ferry.
We are pleading with the government that the stress in these boats is very risky. We are pleading, and sometimes we will be overloaded in it. No seat for us to sit, and with animals like cow and other things. It's very risky, so we are pleading that for us to save Mother Ghana properly, they should just bring us the Pantu. It's very, very difficult for us. Our lives is in danger.
These canoes lack the capacity to safely carry such large numbers. Without adequate safety measures like life jackets and reliable navigation equipment, travelers face heightened risk, particularly during rough weather when strong winds and waves increase the chance of accidents on the lake.
My brother, this thing, as well, is very, very dangerous. Some of us, we don't normally used to doing this one. The last time I took this one, it's like when the air is blowing seriously, it's very dangerous. So I think we are pleading to the government to try his best to repair the Pantu for us so that it can help us.
Students who depend on the ferry for their daily commute to school are among the most affected. In the ferry's absence, these students and others now rely on small, precarious canoes that often exceed safety capacity limits, carrying over 100 passengers at a time.
It's risky because looking at how wide and huge the lake is, we don't know whether we will reach or we wouldn't reach. We are only in the hands of God. And so we are urging, or I'm just urging the government to come to our aid and then bring back our ferry so that there will be easy crossing.
Loaders and canoe operators, while acknowledging the dangers, have called for safety materials such as additional life jackets to ensure a safer crossing for all passengers.
We need a boat to come and help attach us. If one boat to load at Kpando Torkor and one boat to load at Agodeke, it will be safe.
For some days a day, the Pantu was not working. And in the boat too, you are seeing that it's plenty dangerous to people by crossing.
Joshua Phil Amenyogbe, Assembly member for the Kpando Torkor electoral area, also voiced the concerns of travelers, emphasizing the urgent need for the ferry's repair to restore safety and reliability for the community.
Kpando Torkor has about 10,000 population, and most people also stay outskirts of the community, that's in the eastern region. The main safety transport avenue is the Pantu or the ferry, which got broken or spoiled for the past 2 months. This makes it very difficult for people to travel to the overbound, especially Agodeke in the eastern region, safely. As you can see, even our landing place has submerged, so the Pantu doesn't have a landing place. And now the only means that the people can use to cross the river to Agodeke is this boat, which they travel without life jacket. Even though the assembly tried to provide some of them with the life jacket, they claim they don't feel comfortable in it, so they normally don't use it. They normally don't use the life jacket while traveling.
So this boat which I'm currently standing in here carries over 100 persons each day to cross the Volta River. This follows the absence of the ferry, which got broken down some months ago. Travelers who use this boat say their lives are at risk as they sometimes move without life jackets, and also there are no seats in the boat. They are thus calling on the appropriate authorities to quickly fix the ferry to ensure that their traveling across the Volta River is safe. Reporting for ChannelOne News from the Kpando Torkor. market. My name is Desmond Salasiago.
So that's what residents in Torkor are facing. Imagine, Jude, having to travel on a canoe to your destination. Did you see that vast water? Have you ever sat in a canoe before, first of all?
Tina Show.
Tina Show.
Tina Show.
Imagine traveling on that vast water with limited resources. Some are in life jackets, others do not have the life jackets. But that's your only means of transportation because the ferry has been broken down for a while now. But it's your source of livelihood. If you have to transport something to the other side so that you'll be able to sell it, you wouldn't
My only
go.
reasoning is that I want to assume that a lot of people who have to use it because their livelihoods or their survival depend on it will probably know how to swim because they've been in the area for long. Wow. Yeah, but
this it requires a lot of strength to swim in these kind of currents.
Yeah,
it's not the normal, calm lakes or calm waters that they're probably used to. And from wherever, let's say it happens to the shore, might be a bit far. So you need a bit of
the worst you can
endurance.
do if you have to use a canoe for this is to ensure that you have a life jacket on, because anything at all can happen. The canoes don't look safe. Oftentimes, it looked also overpacked with like the wares and goods they are traveling on. But my concern really is about how, as a people, we've allowed this to go on for quite some time. In that, why is there no alternative ferries on this? It beats my imagination. And people, we say it often. It's become very cliche how ballot materials and election materials will reach there in record time in pristine condition, but people can do same and for their livelihoods and their survival. So for me, it's quite unfortunate, and more so because you have a transport ministry, you have all sorts of things, right? People who are being paid to oversee all of these things. See political posters over there, but for some reason we can't pay heed to their concerns, and for me this is very unfortunate.
Let's speak to the man who brought us this story. Desmond Ago, our correspondent in the Vulture region, joins us via Zoom. Desmond, good morning. How are you doing? Okay, he's via phone rather. How are you doing this Sunday morning?
I'm doing very well, and how about you?
I'm very well, thank you. Oh, you didn't ask Jude how he was doing.
Dude, sorry. Dude,
yeah, he has been. He saw you on the TV. He's blown away. He sees. He's Charlie. But it's fine. That's what's up. Hope everything is well.
Sorry, dude. Sorry.
That's.
How about you?
Yeah, well, it's great to hear.
Desmond, there's only one ferry in Torkor. Is that the sense that we're getting? And what are authorities doing about it? How long has it been broken down for? Give us the story.
All right, thank you, Ellen. So, as you rightly said, there's only one ferry on the Volta Lake to transport people from Kpando Torkor to Agodeke and Afram Place area in the eastern region. This ferry got broken down in October, early October, and so for about 3 months now, they have to boat or a canoe, a wooden canoe, which takes over 100 people, approximately 120 people have to sit in this canoe every day to cross from one end to the other. And it's sad to know that most of these people don't know how to swim. So should something untoward happen, they might not survive. So what the community and the MP and the assembly are doing is to provide them with some life jackets. But the canoe is very small, taking 120 people, including goods, animals, motorbikes, and what have you. It's very risky crossing the river, the lake with such means. So the people, their concern is just for the authorities to fix the broken down ferry to ensure that their lives are safe when crossing the lake. Also, the nature of the lake is as such that you can't predict the weather when you are on the lake. And these canoe operators also don't have any technology, or they don't use any technology to determine how the weather conditions are on the lake. So whilst on the lake, the weather suddenly changes and they fear for their lives. So they are just appealing for authorities to quickly fix the broken down ferries to ensure that their lives are safe when crossing the lake.
I'm sure you spoke to authorities, or at least tried to speak to authorities on what is preventing them from fixing the ferry, because I mean, since October, we're in November, and November is about to end. What exactly is preventing them from fixing the ferry? Hello, Desmond.
I think we lost Desmond.
Yeah,
we'll try and reconnect him on the line and get him some more questions. But to wrap this up, I think it's unfortunate that we've allowed this to go on for too long. Our authorities need to pay attention to it. It's just unsafe, right? Because like Desmond said, people are traveling with motorbikes. People have young babies,
baby.
You know, and you're wondering how are you going to
how do they
places of
distribute the
convenience?
jackets? Is it to women? Is it to children?
It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
And he did mention, remember you said they'll swim. He said some people don't know how to swim. Most people don't know how to swim.
The point is that
in Ghana,
there's no justification for having only one functional ferry on that lagoon all these years. There should be like 2 or 3, and these are the kind of transformational investments we expect.
Lagoon is the Volta River.
The lake.
Volta Lake.
You know, so these are the kind of transformational, you know, ideas we expect our leaders to be taking on. Yeah. And talking about that, we asked the question earlier on where we were trying to find out from viewers what their concerns are. If you are just joining the discussion, we want to also throw the question to people. I mean, it was based off the Afrobarometer report on 10. I was going through it, and the numbers were quite staggering, right? Where close to 60% of the groups of people who say they won't vote or they do not intend to vote are young people.
Right.
So from 18 to 25 years, 19% say they won't vote. 26 to 35, 19% say they won't vote. 36 to 45, 13% say they won't vote. 45 to 55, 10% say they won't vote. You know, and the further higher you go in terms of age, the more likely they want to vote. And you're a young person, you've enjoyed first
I don't want to take part in governance.
And there are 700,000 of them. So maybe you can just delve into some of the messages and we can take it from there.
So this one says, this is from Samuel in Techiman. Okay, Desmond is back on the line. Hi, Desmond.
Hello.
Yes, so I was asking whether authorities that you've spoken to or interacted with have given a reason as to why since October the ferry has not been fixed.
All right, so hello. I've not been able to talk to the personnel on the ferry because they declined to talk to me. Same as those in Dambai also. They don't usually talk to the media. So I spoke to the assembly member of the area of the Kpando Torkor electoral area, one Joshua Phil Amenude. According to him, the ferry was taken away about 6 weeks ago, and since then they've not heard anything from the personnel mounting or fixing the ferry, and it usually should take about 2 or 3 days to fix the ferry to ensure that it's back on site working, because that is the only means of transportation on the lake. So if it's away for a very long time, people don't have to usually don't use those routes again, although they are shorter. So they will have to go and pass this Kumasi, Eastern region, all the way to the Volta region, which is very far. But using the lake is much shorter, maybe about some 2 hours in Kpando Torkor, and also move to other parts of the region and vice versa. So according to him, the authorities are not talking, and also I can't tell you on record what really the issue is with the authorities and how they are trying to fix the ferry.
How many canoes are available to the people of Torkor?
Okay, so for now, there's only one canoe which also transports the people from Torkor to Agodeke and their Franklins area. and this is the same canoe which carries over 100 persons on each trip. So you can just imagine how crowded they'll be in the canoe, and how if some are not wearing life jackets, if something bad to happen, how we are going to record a very high number of maybe casualties. And here lies the case too. There's only about 2 persons working on the canoe. So should something happen and we are trying to rescue them, only 2, at least only just 2 persons will be able to rescue all these persons, and it's going to be a very difficult task finding all these persons in the lake. So that's the situation at Kpando Torkor.
I see someone distributing life jackets in the video you sent us. How does he determine who gets the life jackets? Does he pick and choose? And I also realize that not everybody on the canoe gets a life jacket.
Yes, anyway, but I can't really tell you how it is being distributed. But from what I've observed, I saw children and women and the elderly being given the life jackets, and those who are not able to swim are also considered in getting the life jacket. Anyway.
I'm not sure if you took a ride on the canoe and whether you can describe it for us.
No, please, no, I wasn't able to take a ride on the canoe.
Jude, any questions?
But I've been on a canoe before. I've sat on a canoe because the voter ever before, and yes, you see, you can't predict the weather on the lake or the river.
Definitely
sometimes
not.
you see it very smooth, but getting to the middle or getting close to your destination, you see that the tides coming up and the wind blowing, and it's scary at times because you don't know your fate, and you being in a very small canoe, it's very dangerous. So, it's very dangerous. Yes.
All right.
Have you sat on one yourself?
Yes.
Oh yes, please. Yes, I have.
We wish you well, and please be safe.
Thank you.
Because this doesn't look like something that we should be tolerating at all. I don't know, but you get a sense that people do it because their livelihoods depend on it.
Yeah.
And you can't fault them. You can't fault them. You can't. But it shouldn't be happening in the 21st century, Charlie. You have transport ministry, you have railway ministry, you have all of them. But some way, somehow, people can move in a decent way in 2024.
Since October, people have had to transport goods and services via canoe. Just baffles my mind. And then we're trying to get answers, and then you're not responding. You don't care. You don't want to talk. How do we communicate why the ferry is not working?
You watch
it.
By the time it's ready for them to transport ballot papers to the districts in the area, the ferry will start working. The ferry will start working with extra fuel and things inside. It's not proper. It's just not proper.
Anyway, right. Should we do questions?
We can read a couple of the messages
messages that have come. This one, Samuel Kunam from Techiman says, I am definitely voting in this year's election because the current regime has exacerbated the economic problems of this country. Their only achievement is unprecedented corruption over the past almost 8 years. After examining all the manifestos of the political parties, I am endeared to that of the NDC, and I'm going to vote for them. However, they should endeavor to implement every nitty-gritty of their policies.
Small nitty-gritty.
This one's talking about the ECG story, which we reviewed, saying, hey, ECG power, how many of us can even afford for a full month in this hard economy? Adoba Kingsley from Atimokwa says, I am voting against NPP government because of the economic hardship they have brought to the good people of Ghana. Good day, host. We must massively vote out this family and friends regime because it has done more harm than good to our economy. Pensioners' livelihoods, forest reserves and water bodies. NPP is an existential threat to our democracy and rule of law. Richmond from Tema West, I'm voting for the NPP this year because, if anything, I'm a beneficiary of the free SHS. Okay, I think I've read this.
I want people who have decided not to vote, right? So if you're a young person, you're watching, you're between the ages of 18 to like 35. I mean, according to the Afrobarometer, there are about 19%, of such people who have decided not to vote.
This one from Aite in Bubuashi says, I will not vote because NPP and NDC are the same. Another one says, I will not vote because the two major political parties have failed me. I have no hope in them. Meanwhile, the minor parties too are not well positioned to change the narrative. I was told to be a citizen. Now I am a prisoner for being a citizen. People just said, stop Galamsey and see what they went through. For me, I will use my time to go and look for food for my family rather than wasting my time. Even water to drink is a problem in Datoyiri, a suburb of Tamale where I live. Why should I queue to vote for people who have no mercy for me? I am angry. That's Adams in Tamale. Good morning, guys. Please, I am not going to vote because I don't see the essence of voting to make people rich while I will be suffering for 3 square meals. Our leaders are really wicked. God will punish them bitterly. I'm Evans from Kwai Estate. Good morning, Channel One. I'm watching you live from the Upper West region. I'm going to vote for JM because he can develop the country. Hello, good morning. I'm for NPP because I applied for upgrading as a teacher since February and I have not been upgraded yet. Why won't I vote? My hands and fingers are crying for change. I'm going to video my voting live on Channel One TV.
I don't think it's allowed.
Please don't do that.
I don't think it's allowed to take photos and
please
videos
don't
of
do that.
Your ballot. But
please don't do that. We don't want you to fall short of the law. Another one, I wouldn't vote because the people we vote for always get the juicy part of the fruit. Would my child ever get the appointment that Mr. Safomafa's son got on the snip board? I wouldn't waste my time, thanks. Good morning, my name is Osman from Tamale South constituency. I'm voting for NPP because NPP has done so many things in the nation. Free SHS, a lot of infrastructure. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, inshallah, is the best man for Ghana. God bless NPP. God bless Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. God bless Ghana. Jude, read some. I'm tired.
This one says, good morning, very educative show. He says, good morning once again. Please, I want the man. Okay, this is someone very sorry. I'll vote based on the message of the candidates. And I think Bawumia has a superior message going forward. Muhammad keeps on telling us the problems without the solutions to them. Yes, the cost of living is high. So will he reduce price and services when voted for? He should come clear on that somewhat upon in Ekuapem Mamfe. This one says, I've decided not to vote, but I realize if I don't, some market woman will select a leader for me. I'm voting in order to select my own leader, Mawen Yega from Tema, Committee 22. You know, Mawen Yega, I respect that I want to vote, but this whole narrative of if I don't vote, then a market woman, or, you know, it's often said in a very condescending manner. Market women also deserve a right to choose their leaders, right? So, yeah, you vote, respect that.
We all feel the economy when it's not going well. We all feel it when it's going well.
Yeah, so you don't have to agree with the person's choice necessarily, right? The question was posed today because maybe we need to just reiterate, because it appears as though a lot of young people were indifferent going into the election. And when I even pose the question to you, you make the point that you would vote, but you're undecided. Right, so if December 7 comes, you're still undecided, then what happens?
I might not vote.
You know, so, but the point is that we need to encourage active participation in our democracy. And one of the ways you can do that is by being involved in the electoral process. Right. So people have to vote. So if you made your mind that you are not voting, I want messages that are I mean, from
but
viewers.
You can't pick and choose. So whatever our viewers bring in, I mean,
we'll really, no problem. But I'm just saying that if you are watching the show right now and you've sworn in your heart of hearts, Charlie, say you won't vote no matter what, I want to hear from you what the reasons are.
We have one from our YouTube. It says, Hassan, peace. I'm hungry for a Sunday breakfast. I even wish we were voting today. My fingers are shaking for a change. Voting is fun. Harrison Akpo from Volta Kpando. I'm voting for the Agenda 111 program. Have you checked X page?
It's a lot on X, but I'll probably just leave it here. But you know, the point still remains that we want to encourage people to be more involved in our democratic process, which also involves voting. So the point is, go through the manifestos, look through what they are promising. Job creation, economy, agriculture, right? I earlier made a point that this is the most consequential election, especially for young people. We hear both campaigns talk about building up the digital infrastructure, right? So they say 1 million people in coding. They understand why this election is so important to young people, and they've captured promises in there. But look at what they say. Go beyond the promises. Look at how they intend to fight corruption, right? Government size and all of those things, and make a decision. So, you know, maybe we'll look at subsequent polls, but if the numbers don't look encouraging, we'll come back and plead with young people again to show interest in the election. This one also says, maybe this final message says, hello, Jude and Eno. Thank you for the good work you are doing. Well, thank you too. I'm still undecided on who to vote for. I've assessed their manifestos. I'm still not encouraged. We need a serious transformational change in a way that will bring a lot of relief to Ghanaians. I'm still going through, and I'll finally decide on who to vote for. Good morning. I'm voting for MPP because as a teacher, I've suffered for 18 months. I suffered for 18 months without salary under Mahama. Mahama wants Ghana's money, and he's only interested in becoming president again. Good morning to you people. Change is coming. GM is coming. Gertrude Clenham from Agona Swedro. And finally, I'm Chris in Greater Accra, and I won't vote because these politicians have failed to take accountability for what they've used our monies for. Those saying NPP and NDC are the same don't know what they are saying. How old were they when they witnessed James' government? If they did, they won't even listen to him. Baumia all the way. Vote number 1. Charlie, no, they say, I know, what touch of what, right? But my point is, I don't really mind where you belong. My point is that I want you to be part of the process. That's my concern, and I'm not happy when young people are excluded from the process. 708,000 new voters, and a lot of them are saying don't vote. You know, it's some way.